Oh, I better make sure I'm not in both.
And welcome everybody to Battle Pirates Crib. We're going to talk about shipwrecks today. Just started about an hour ago. A new event, and I'm not sure that we know a lot about it, and it doesn't, not sure Kix knows a ton about it either. So I'll go ahead and introduce everybody from left to right. Lady Cat,
Hello.
Aussie,
Good morning.
and Jeff accidentally removed himself, so I'm not sure what's up there, but he should probably be back momentarily. So, but why don't we go ahead and get started with the slides? I'll put you on present. There's Jeff's back.
Yeah. Hit the wrong cancellation. I canceled the other one.
Yeah, that's what we were wondering. You don't have to close it. You just have to mute the other one. We'll start with bug fixes. Builds are. This is something they fixed a week or so ago. They gave us the ability to continue our builds in theory, even if our shipyard or conquest yard had been killed during an attack. It would appear that the shipyard would auto repair, but your build would still be paused. So that appears to be remedied. And something about the new mega.
We don't care.
So, yeah, I mean they added a new damage type to the mega, but never included it in the stat block. It looks like so. Oh well. Any thoughts on any of these? Anybody?
Whoops.
Whoops, you're going out. Yeah.
Where's she going?
I have no idea. She's been taking some lessons from Mike, I think.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah, alrighty. Well, we can go to the next slide, but not the next 4 slides. I guess the good news about shipwrecks is that everybody has received the Corsair, which is one of the new interceptor hulls, and also 3-hour Conquer repair tokens. So, I guess it's a start. It reduces the number of points that we're required to get. So that's a good thing. So I just wanted to get that out first. So it was sort of a surprise.
I wish I left some shipyard availability to build it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. It takes. We'll get into that. It doesn't take that long to build it. It takes 2 hours and 12 minutes if you have my level of officers and R&D. So mine opens up in about an hour. So I'm going to put in a 2-day token and then deal with it in the morning. So
No, I put mine on in design mode, and it was like a 2 or 3 day build.
Yeah, I thought it was 3 days.
Yeah, that's what my shipyard says too.
Yeah, when you add the gun. And
yeah, mine. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next slides. Just keeping everybody current. Right now we're with shipwrecks, and we're going to talk a little bit about the new building content we just got. We talked about it on Friday, so we'll just sort of breeze through it at this point. Next week is pillage, and I'm assuming we're getting a new defender in the pillage, but who knows? And we should expect the potential that we'll see the siege world map targets transition to something that's for shrikes and errats. So, and then the raid the following week. So, next slide, unless anybody has any thoughts on that. The thing that we should expect tomorrow, which would extend what we just, the calendar, is another CM diary from Chris. I asked him to try to do his best to extend that because I think it's useful for people to know what's going on a month ahead of time, a couple weeks ahead of time, as opposed to just waiting for the update and seeing what's there. So hopefully that gets done, and we'll figure that out tomorrow. Thoughts, anybody?
No, but I can attack FMs now.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, well, let's move on to the next one then. These are the improvements that we saw with the last update to all our labs. I tried to put them in order of the way at least my priority. The first couple I think I got right. The rest of them it's gonna really see how the game plays out. What did we figure out? It's gonna take about was it 6 and change, 5 and change, and 4 and change for each level. So it's gonna take a decent amount of time to get these. Personally, my first priority is the hull and turret armor, just due to the exorbitant cost of putting armor on, and especially with the new ship, which is 6 armors. So it's and we have
Everybody that held off putting armor on that ship is happy right now.
yeah. I've held off. I don't think we've gotten it yet. I don't think we got the proper armor for it.
No, I know a lot of people that are throwing what they've got on it, and I'm like, don't do that. But they want final ships.
Okay. Alrighty. Well,
But they're
anything
doing
else?
the
What?
120s with the new ship anyway, with no armor and instant repairs anyway. So
Yeah, but
you might as well not worry about putting it on until they know what the new target is.
yeah, exactly. I tried to explain
Yeah.
that to people, but they like armor on their ships.
I mean, it's a bit different if you're taking, like 4 hours damage. Yeah, throw some armor on it to fix your problem. But if you're not taking any, if it's instant repair, there's no point at the moment. Continue.
Okay. And something that Michael just mentioned is that I'm assuming these are for the Inferno Dragons. Yeah, I guess he said yeah. The upgrade tokens are back in the FM. So I haven't really looked at the FM. If anybody has a chance while we're going along, we can maybe get the details on that one. Let's see what the next one is. Weapons Lab, 10, 20, 30% reduction on your hull and turret weapons. I thought that was second because of the just the pure number of them. So, thoughts on this one? Yeah. Okay. We can move on. I mean, we did this on Friday, so it's hull upgrades reductions, 5, 10, 15. I'm not really sure this is the right third place one. I just threw it in there. The first two I like, but then the rest of them I'm not really sure of an order with. So, and let's go. Just jump in if you have anything. Advanced Lab specials, 10, 20, 30%. We have 6 specials on a ship, so it's But again, I'm not certain after the first two. We can go on.
This one third.
You put that one third before the
Upgrades. Yeah, because I'm still building stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, it depends on where I'm at. But right now, I'm building and refitting more than I'm upgrading, so I could appreciate the difference it would make now. If I was upgrading, I'd appreciate the upgrade speed-ups, but I don't have time to upgrade. I don't have the kits to upgrade, so.
Yeah, and also the new armors are gone, according to Michael. So yeah, if anybody can pull up the game.
I noticed that the M7 is missing from tier 5, pool 5.
Okay.
Good.
Is it in tier 6 or tier 7?
No, it's not tier 6 and 7 there yet at the moment.
Well, it has been a couple weeks ago. They just keep
well, not on mine anyway. Put it that way.
Okay, all right.
There again, my FM's been. I don't know what's going on with it.
I hope that's an oversight. That's just
better
weird to
be.
drop that.
I know they need to put it in. You're only allowed one. It's that good. You can only have one.
Of course, a lot of people think that's only for the raid, so maybe they thought, oh, everybody's got what they can have. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I wish I'd taken a look at this, but the FM starts right before the show, so I haven't had a chance. I was looking more at the shipwreck stuff. The next one's the tactical lab. The way to explain it is that you have somewhere between 6 and 20,000 points per projectile. So the way this works is this isn't on the base of the turret. The way to calculate this is to take a look at your defensive stat block afterwards. This is happening after all the calculations go on, so it's not like this 20,000 and then you put a special on or your faction and that 20,000 get multiplied. This is after that, but let's say you have a 5 salvo weapon, it's adding 20,000 per salvo per projectile. So it still could be fairly powerful from the perspective that if you're just breaking deflection, or if you're breaking deflection, this is up on top of the deflection. So because a lot of times the first whatever hundreds of thousands don't count. So this 20,000 is up and above that. So we're going to see how. So it's again, it's one we haven't really seen in action to see if it breaks the game in any way, but I wouldn't think it would. But I don't know. Thoughts on this one? This is the last one to be released.
Plus, I mean, this could be important too if you like. It depends on what your priorities are in the game.
Yeah, and how much of a difference it actually makes. We're not really certain.
Did you put it last because you were going to do it last?
I don't think I put it last. There's more.
Oh.
It's just
It's pretty late, though.
I just put it later on. I mean, it's so. We got double Aussies. So
Down under and down over.
yeah, he's all over. Let's go to the next one then. Retrofit Lab. PvP hull repairs by 5, 10, or 15%. Might be more important with the new shipwreck interceptor type of stuff, but I didn't really put it as that high of a priority.
But it says PvP hull repairs. Does an interceptor count as the PvP ship as far as this goes?
Could you say it one more time?
The interceptor is a PvP ship as far as the retrofit lab goes. So would it repair faster? It's not a
by 5% or 5, 10, or 15%. It has, but it, as far as we know, but it has a repair time of I think 28 minutes. So shaving that time off, and you're only allowed to have 3, so it's a couple of minutes. It's not really make or break. That was why I put it, later on.
But I think she was asking, is it in the same class with the Conquerors Defenders?
It should be. We don't know if it's been coded that way at this point, but based on what we've been told, it should be in there.
Yeah,
because
I think it is too.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that. All right. The event that started an hour ago, Shipwrecks. There's a bunch to talk about with Shipwrecks, but let's just let's move on and get into it. There's two different. Well, there's two main types of targets here. One is the Shipwreck Targets, and the other one is the Shipwreck Outposts. The Shipwreck Targets are new. The Shipwreck Outposts are your opponent bases from Bounty. They made some changes to this last night. The Shipwreck Targets payout every 5 minutes, and we'll get into the payouts a little bit later. And then they will a full timer with a larger payout after 15 minutes. And they up the points on these significantly, especially for people, the Alliance one, which pay out to all the Alliance members, which we have more on that, I think, in the next slide, but don't go there yet. Somebody needs to mute their tubes.
Yeah.
Not me.
Next slide.
That's me.
Don't go there yet.
Hold on.
What?
Lady cat.
That's me.
Somebody needs to mute their tubes.
All right, I put you on mute. So once you figure it out, we can, you can unmute yourself. So this is the current event, and we'll get into more details. This is just sort of a brush overview of it. A lot of unnecessary words, but yeah, basically the shipwreck stuff, which is PvP, fleet versus fleet. And we'll talk about some people's experiences with it in a minute. And then we have just our regular old outposts that pay out in 2 different levels. And can we go to the next slide? Yes, here's the reminder. Fresh shipwreck spawns every 30 minutes, but they expire after 15. That's 15 minutes of availability, 15 minutes of rest and coordination time before the next wave. So, they've got built-in potty breaks and smoke breaks and beer breaks all built into this. I don't think this was originally intended, because of as of last night, they were supposed to have a 30-minute timer and spawn every 30 minutes. So I think this isn't completely intentional, but on Discord they act like it is. So I just don't think they have the ability to change the timer during the raid. But we could be wrong. We could see some changes happen pretty quickly. So, thoughts on this?
Probably going to do it.
Okay. Michael's saying the shipwreck outpost are easy, so are the shipwrecks. Yeah, I'm curious what ships you're running, but let's move on to the next one. All right, here's the what I was talking about earlier, the top grouping, the Shipwreck Target. There's 3 groups. There's the Alliance. I think there's actually 3 levels of Alliance, but I'm not completely certain. I think there are A2 and A3. I think I saw an A1 earlier, but I could be mistaken. So every 5 minutes that this target is held, it's 3,000 points to every member of the Alliance. And then after 15 minutes, every 5, and then after 15 minutes, 9,000. Same with the rest of them, except for when we get down to the personal ones, where you get 2,000 every 5 minutes and 6,000 after 15. But the issue is, once you kill these targets, they can be retaken by other players, and you basically fight to the death, is the idea that they have. And whoever owns it during a period of interval payout or a final payout, take those points. If the battle continues through an interval payout or a final payout, the winner of that battle should receive the points that were made available during that battle.
Lady Cat was saying earlier that there's someone in an alley in her sector that's going around killing every PvP fleet on the map, anywhere, guarding everything. So basically, they're going to take over the whole sector doing the shipwreck, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, there was a special that's still out there. It allows you to buy 3 of the new ships equipped for 1999 US.
Okay.
And I think they were out playing with their new toys
Yeah.
because this was prior to it. So, yeah, pull your guards, people.
Yeah.
People are out there, playing with their new toys. So, yeah. And then the bottom ones are bounty, and these are very similar to what we saw in bounty. I did some cursory checking. I never got an official response, but from what I was seeing, above level 85 bases are 800 points. Below level 85 are 400 points. So, okay. Well, let's move on to the next one. Ben's having I haven't hit any of the targets. Ben just says I'm running my breachers in the shipwreck outpost. Okay. Yeah. Those are all bounty targets. So yeah, the bounty ones are pretty easy. Actually, let's go back a slide. Lady Cat, do you want to talk about your experience at all with the shipwreck targets, not the shipwreck outposts?
She's still muted.
Yeah, she's got to unmute yourself. It's at the top of the. Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Oh, I'll take you off present if you want to unmute yourself. Sorry about that. I just didn't know why another way to get rid of your tubes.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I was trying to look at live chat on my tablet, and
Okay.
thought I had it on mute. I just wanted to follow chat.
Okay. All righty.
So
If you want to go back on present, I can. But if you want during the meantime, your experience hitting, because you had a couple of the personal shipwreck targets with the breacher, right?
Yeah, I did do a shipwreck outpost with the breacher for 400 points, and that one was okay. But the shipwreck personal one, I tried to hit with a single breacher arbs, and that was not okay. I could not kill the fleet before the fleet killed me, so I didn't get any points. And that was with an arb breacher, so I tried it with a single scattergun breacher, and same thing, I died before I killed the fleet. So my breachers did not work in the personal shipwrecks.
Okay.
I might not have very good breachers, though I'm a PvE player, not a PvP player. And I don't have another fleet that can hit them, so.
Fortunately, the outposts are really easy.
Yeah, but that's a lot of grinding.
Well, I don't know if I want everybody doing this, but you can send out all 5 of your dreads separately, one ship each, and hit 5 of them at a time, and have.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing for me to tell people to do because then they disappear pretty quick. But
Can you hit the 800 points one with one breacher?
yeah,
Okay.
so that means you can get 4,000 points in 10 or 15 minutes.
As long as no one attacks you.
Right.
With a fleet. You got one ship.
Because your fleet's on the map and you're on auto and you can't be watching all of them.
Yeah, that's. I didn't realize that was going to start happening so quickly.
Yeah, well, like I said, Lady Cat said they're out there killing all their.
Yeah, that was before. It started. But yeah, I'm sure they'll keep on because they're having fun.
Oh yeah, the pent up demand from all the snipers that have been waiting.
Yeah.
They're all like they're jumping up and down right now. They're like happy as pigs as mud.
Yeah.
The rest of
but in a way, it was a good tactic. If they go around killing everyone's PvP fleets, then they can't go and hit anything.
Yeah, but then nobody wants to play anymore.
Yeah, that's why they had to get rid of sniping, and now they've more or less created a new sniping situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lady Cat, do you want to bring the slides back up again?
Oh, I did. Is it up now?
Nope. You got to screen share through the Hangout.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nobody's hit my fleets
Strike
yet,
it.
but I guess it's only a matter of time.
There we
Here
go.
we go.
Sorry, guys.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yep, we're good now. But we can go back to the last one. I just wanted to, since we got off track a little bit.
Here we go.
But, the Shipwreck Target is fleet versus fleet. This is what Lady Cat was just describing as far as killing the single breachers with, different configurations. This is the personal one. There's the 2 Alliance ones, which you can all find in the locator. They have also the contested waters thing that we talked about before, where there's a red ring around these 2 bases. So anything that passes through them can be attacked. It slows them down, and just moving through the water can allow you to be attacked. So keep an eye out for. I'm not sure if they can attack your PvP ships. I mean your PvE ships, but that could end up being problematic if. Just due to the repair times. And then the bottom ones are basically just bounty targets. And it appears to be above 85, pay out the 800 points and below. So we can move on now. Just wanted to recap for everybody. Okay. The Corsair is one of the 2 interceptors. This is the one that we've received a free blueprint for, and it's the only one that you can win in this event. In my shipyard, you see the times over on the left-hand side. The top time is in design for a blank hull, and the bottom one was for the blank hull with the weapon and the special. So that's what I'm getting, and I'm not sure if it's due to my officer and R&D level.
That's what I'm getting as well. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll depend on the R&D level as well, but yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking 2.5 days, and everybody was acting like I was.
No, what you said before was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's right. Hang on a minute.
Okay, okay.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, because everybody's saying like 3
I was
days,
wondering.
and I was like, okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
False hope, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you said, we'll talk about that later. So we got off the.
Okay, yeah.
Way.
I was
Well, if you
hoping
explained that I was
had
saying
an
hours instead of days, I would have
Yeah.
cleared that up.
Cool. No worries.
This one, the comparables, I didn't really do a comparison between this and the other one because this is the only one you can receive at this point in time. They both have the same deflection. This one is significantly slower. As I recall, the other one has a combat speed of 110. Both have the same repair time of 25 minutes, but they have, and they both have 1 special and 1 weapon slot. This one has 2 built-in weapons, and we'll see some more details on this on the side. But they have they shoot from the sides with a 60-degree firing angle, reload time of 1, and they have a range of 30 to 120, and they have an accuracy of 200, and it's the same on both sides. And I can't remember which slide I did it, but I saw so many people on Discord and the forums misexplain how accuracy works versus evade. So I'm not sure if there's a click on this one or the next one. Nope. Okay. We can go back. I'll explain it later. Let's go back. Okay. The weapon and specials, there's options for 2 of each, which we'll get into. They come with the blueprint for the hull. And now you can click ahead. You can own up to 6. You can get 3 in this event. There's 60,000 points per, or you can claim enough to get 1 in shards. assuming there's other events that will key into this that allow you to take those shards if you can't get a whole one or partial. That's where we are with that. And we'll see in some of the leaderboards, it was shard based and whatnot. I'm assuming there's going to be things like pillage or the raid that allow you to earn more shards in order to move forward. So let's see what it can do. All right. This is one of the weapons that goes with it. It's the I forgot to put any of the special stuff on there, but it's not as interesting. You guys can figure that out because there's two specials that do. One adds like turn speed, and the other one adds deflection. But I remember I only did the weapons because I found them much more interesting than the specials because they're sort of minimal. Well, not really. One adds 50% turn speed, but I did forget to do those. But this is the stuff that was not included in the blueprints. Well, this one's self-explanatory with the Overwatch. It has a blind spot of 60 and a max range of 90. There's nothing that extends this range, does anything with weapons damage or whatnot. So, and the ship that we're looking at is the one in the center of that circle is the Corsair. The other one is further out front. So if you see this donut around it, that is the Corsair Overwatch. The inherent weapons are the two sort of bat wings to either side. So that's the first weapon. It's got a reload time of 4. Again, an accuracy of 200. And at some point, I'll explain that what that means. Should we see the next one and then we can discuss? Okay, well, there it is. All right. A lot of people I've seen explaining weapon accuracy is you take accuracy, you subtract evade, and that's your accuracy. That's not true. An example, if you take weapon accuracy plus the accuracy bonus from the hull, specials, whatnot, and that comes up, you come up with a total there. And then you take the target that you're getting fired at, you basically take the difference from 100 and multiply it. As an example, if you had, this ship with 200 accuracy, you had a ship with 75 evade, the accuracy then becomes 50%. So you would do 200 times 0.25. So the difference from 100, and I use the 70% evade there. An evade of 50, your evade has to at least be 50 to do anything against a accuracy of 200. Because you're still at 100% accuracy with 50. So you take 200, multiply it by 0.5, you're still at 100%. So it has to, once you get above 50%, then you're going to start to see advantages associated with evade. Doesn't really matter that much if it is two of these ships facing each other, as they have no evade, and there's no way to add it at this point. So I just wanted to get that out there because I was getting a little bit tired of people, providing false information on how this works. So let's see the next weapon. All right, the aft cannon. As expected, not in the blueprint, it fires to the rear. As you see from the arrow, these ships are headed forward from left to right. So you see the bat wings that we saw before with the built-in broadside weapons, and the aft cannon, which is your one weapon that you can install. That is that firing arc you see in the rear. So
The ultimate kiting boat.
yeah. Well, in this instance, it can't. You could just walk right up to it and it can't fire it.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even know. I'm not even sure how it. What it would do in auto. Would it head straight ahead or would it head sideways? You understand what I mean? If it was allowed to be on auto, how would it try to attack a target?
That's good. I hope their AI programmers are up to the challenge.
Yeah, because if it just runs straight into it, that's going to be a mess. Because it has nothing that fires straight ahead.
I can see
But
some
on other,
battles.
sorry, go on.
No, just the funny battles that happen when this guy turns around to do his aft can, and these guys go, oh, he got turned on me. I'm just going to sit here, and then they just sit there and stare at each other for the next 5 minutes. Well, because the one guy knows, well, I can't attack him from behind, but so it'll be one of those like go around and round until you get into position. Then it's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you can kind of go sit in the corner, couldn't you?
Yeah. By the
Well,
time you get into position,
that's a whole
the other
other-
person's turned.
That's the whole other point as far as the shipwreck event goes. But yeah, I think the aft cannon is mostly meant if you're getting chased.
Yeah.
Because you'll see that the other one is very forward focused. The other ship, which we don't have at this point, but we will see dropping. I think either in the raid or in pillage. So, very low reload time. Well, again, there's no VXP, no specials to increase it, but it is a 1 second reload time versus I think the other one was 3 or 4. So, yeah. But the other one was easier to use because it was a donut around you. This one is just if you're being chased or figure out a way to, as Jeff was talking about, just to do a 180 and just hit him with, I don't even know how that would work, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do is get them to chase you, do a 180, and then he's going to try and get it to your side. And it's going to be like those big ships that we had in the targets in one raid where you had to get to the side. And if you didn't get to the side quick enough, they turned and fired at you.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of
Rudolph.
like a
Rudolph, that's it.
Amateurs boxing with the boxing helmet or whatever you want to call it. Where everything's cut. Everything's sort of guarded, but the face, and that's sort of the way that this one looks.
I mean, typically when you attack something, it goes to go in range of your the furthest weapon. So you would think it would automatically turn to fire one of the side weapons. You would think.
Yeah, but that's a new dynamic, not being able to fire forward. So I'm curious whether the programmers got that right.
Yeah, that might have been one of those things that wasn't looked at.
I mean, the weapon shows on the front of the ship, but it fires backwards. The one you add. Why don't they put it on the back? Put it on the back so at least you know where it's going. Because I thought it fired forward or in a circle being there.
Yeah, well, I didn't even bring up like this one looks like an old impact cannon, and then the
and a mortar.
And the other ones, they've reused old art from other things, and it would be confusing to players. I'm glad that they got the sorting in the inventory system, because if you just like some of it looks like the radiation suppression, and
it's the Dark Cloud mortar is the same one, because I've got the actual inventory up at the moment. I was looking at it, and it's like 2 away from it. It's right next to it. They're exactly the same.
But you can't put them on the same ship.
No. What I'm saying is it's the same picture.
Yeah,
like you're saying, they used the same graphics.
Yep, very true.
They can't even build a new weapon. Just call it something else.
It feels a little rushed.
But it also then it's a cannon, but it looks like a mortar.
Well, more of the statement I was like, the last couple things that we've gotten appear to be rushed way ahead of schedule, or they fired the whole different parts of the team, because still at this point with the upgrades, I think they've made a mint off the upgrades, but still we can't figure out, how many we have until we go to the upgrade kits, until we have an empty shipyard and go. I still find that ridiculous. And it's not like it's brand new anymore, and it's not like they haven't made money off of it with some of the deals that they put out there. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing
and
they've
this
done
feels
with,
the same with the same artwork on everything, old stuff. Yeah.
with that AFT cannon, the only thing they've changed is the range. The picture's exactly the same as the impact. All they've done is added it's 100 range instead of 45 or 43.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
And obviously damage and everything else, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've rushed this because it looks like a mortar. The Overwatch cannon looks like a mortar because when I looked at it, I thought, it's a mortar. And I didn't even realize it was a cannon.
Yep. Yeah, let's move on to the next one that we got. All right, this is the Strike Frigate. Like I said before, it's much more maneuverable. I think the other one had with 70 combat speed and 35 turn speed. This is 110 and 75. It has a long range weapon that's built in. That goes from 30 to 240 with an arc of 24%, and this is forward facing, not the broadside one like we saw before. Again, we still have the accuracy of 200. Doesn't do a ton of damage relative to some of the other ones we've seen, but it does have a reload time of half a second, so you don't want to stay in this range. I think. Let's take a look at the. Let's take a look at the next one. This long thing that we see coming out the front, that is the built-in weapon. See if you have an idea of the range.
What sort of weapon is it?
What?
It's a missile. It's a missile.
Missile weapon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
And it can be countered. The interceptors at this point don't have any counters available to them, but it can be countered if it's attacking a conqueror that does have counters, such as a breacher or whatnot. So,
what I don't get is it's got a longer range than the aft cannon. So once you get somebody turned away from you, I mean, you can only fire by turning away. So Frigate's going to chase it. Frigate's going to win those battles every time.
Yeah, because it can chase the other ship when you can't chase it.
Exactly. So I don't understand this matchup because it's going to Frigate wins, like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. That could be why we haven't received this one. We get the other one.
That's probably true. It's awful to think, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that builds this or got this is now going to erase everybody else for a while.
Well, somebody got it, right? From
one
bounty.
Did one person get it? I don't remember how many people got it.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
They're having a blast.
Yeah. The only reason why it's, I don't know, I wish I put the specials in there, is the turn speed would allow you to keep on, driving this guy and staying out of his range by keeping up with the turn speed and trying to get him on your side. It wouldn't be good if you're going against this with the trying to use the aft cannon. But the broadside, you would own them if you can stay out of this arc.
Yeah, but the problem is if you're going broadside, they can maneuver more because you've got to try and keep sideways, where they can just turn and turn that missile straight at you.
Yeah. It would have been okay if the other one was faster, but they're not. Yeah. So you need to make the aft cannon guy faster so that he has a chance of maneuvering into position.
Yeah.
The way this works, the frigate is going to win every time.
Yeah, it's faster, turns quicker. So by the time the other one turns around to actually get those side cannons firing, the guy's out of the way.
Yeah,
he's gone.
And then as soon as
Not
you
there
turn to chase him, he goes straight at you again.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing you could do is you just bull rush him, because you know these cones get smaller as you get there, and it was
Yeah.
you're still going to take damage. Could you go back a slide? They both have similar deflections, so it's doing. Well, yeah, it's got. Well, the other one has more. I think the other. Go back on. I think the other one has 40 million armor. Go back all the way to the ship, if you don't mind.
Just going back to how many
Yeah,
what
the other one
people
has
got.
40 million armor.
Yeah.
So you could take quite a few hits if you try to bull rush him. You know, just go in there and sideswipe him. So they've tested this for a while, but I'm sure the players will break everything. It always happens. But
It looks like fun. It looks like fun, like chess. Unless I'm wrong about how it'll always go, it looks like a good chess maneuver. Go this way. Oh no, I'm going that way.
yeah, and the other thing is you don't know. You can only see your arcs. Your opponent can't see your arcs.
The other thing is if you can mix Corsairs and frigates in the same fleet, you could do all kinds of weird chess moves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way to do this.
Yeah,
You have to.
I think that's got to be the secret they were looking for is to get both in the fleet.
Yeah, because people are used to stacking stuff and whatnot. Yeah. So yeah, it's a matter of, and then they're going to have more of these. So yeah, it's a matter of figuring out how to drive 3 ships, and we have 2 of them now, and we're going to probably see, different hulls and different, I think that's the whole idea of it.
I think
Lady Craig.
Stack both of them, and then they're going to have a circle around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you come in from the back or the side, you're going to get blasted. And if you
but if you come in from the back with your frigate though, that's got the longer range than the other one anyway, so you could still get him from behind.
right.
By the time they turn around, you've moved again. If they turn their frigates around.
I'm definitely going to use the turning special on these for a little while.
Yeah. With the leaderboard on how many people could get, I just brought it up. If you were first, you got 3 of each, 3 blueprints of each one.
Okay.
2 to 3 was 2 blueprints each. 4 to 6, 1 each. 7 to 15 was 1 Corsair.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was charged. From 16
so only
to 30
6
was
people
charged.
have this even 1 strike. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the strike weapons. Here's the critical strike missile. As you see, it has even a narrower range than the Eagle Eye missile or whatever it's called that's built in, but it does significant damage. But it has a low reload time, so the idea is just don't cross its path. Stay out of that. Being right in front of this thing is my idea. So, and I don't like it when they have 200% accuracy with a splash of 3. That's brings up ideas. I just, sometimes they keep on changing this mechanic that if it has a splash and it used to be an accuracy of 100, it was a dumbfire weapon. I don't know what this is. 200 accuracy and a splash of 3, because it used to be if it had a splash, it was a dumbfire weapon. So I don't know what to think about this one. And then we'll go one more, and then we'll talk about it. Here's the near shot. 30 to 60. Shorter reload time. Actually, a reload time that is illegal in the game, but we won't even talk about that since the reload can never go below 0.2, but somehow they managed to get it to 0.15 here. So a high reload weapon. So short range, sort of a defensive, shielding type of thing. Thoughts on this one?
I guess
you are taking some lessons from Mike.
it'd be interesting to see that one. That's basically that one is get in close. You notice that there's a minimum range as well. You have a theory, or at least in theory, if you get in fast and close, you can get inside the range and use that one.
Yeah, yeah, and they all have this blank zone. Like if you get inside, like if you can sit on somebody and then pop out, at the right angle, because they all have this, this 30 range dead zone in the center. So it's tricky. The reason I don't know why they did that, because none of them seem to fire within 30.
Oh, yeah, that kind of ruins my thought because I was thinking this guy could get inside that other guy, but if it's the same circle, then they're toe to toe. They're both going to be firing at each other.
Yeah, Lady Cat, go back and see. Let's look at the minimum range. 30 on this one. 30 on this one. Keep on going.
It would have been more fun if they had made that one
30 on this one.
a
Let's go
different
back.
minimum range.
50 on this one.
Ah, so you can get inside that one.
Well, this one, yeah.
So you get
But
inside.
this is more the mix it up. Let's see what the broadside looks like. Let's keep on going. 60 on the Overwatch cannon.
Oh, they've made this a driving fun one. I'm gonna.
And then let's go see what the broadside looks like. 30. So it's 30 again on the built-in weapons on the Corsair.
So they have made another dynamic there. You can get in close.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. Yeah. They all have their strengths and weaknesses in different places.
I wonder if you can use missiles in these targets.
Rockets?
Yeah,
I'm assuming so.
because then you could, if you hit somebody with a freeze, like
A pinch?
a pinch, you can get in close while they're frozen, and then they're doomed.
Yeah, but timing that, the difference between one's combat speed is 70 and one's 110, and even the quick pinch is a 4-second delay. You're gonna have to be pretty good, or the other guy's got to be pretty dumb to see that see the countdown timer and get hit by it.
I used to have fun with that with subs.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
You'd try and shoot where they thought you would be,
yeah.
or you thought they would be. And they'd turn, and you'd guess right or you'd guess wrong.
Mm-hmm. I think we're basically done with the slides. I'm going to take you off present, Lady Cat. And I'm going to invite anybody that would like to join. I don't know what people have had experience with the Shipwreck Targets, but my thought on it, and I have not seen any feedback yet, especially if you can kill the Shipwreck Target without too much difficulty, which I'm assuming you can do with these new interceptors, is if you send your one interceptor in there and kill the PvE part of the target and wait for the timeout. Is there anything preventing me from having, I don't know, I'm not even sure if you're allowed to have somebody in your alliance do it. Just go in there and lock you up for 5 minutes. You both park in the corner and wait for it to time out. You've collected X number of points at that point. You're doing the same thing on the other side. You just need to stop them both. And then waiting till the whole thing, do that 3 times. Not have to worry about interference from other players, as long as you have some friend to help you out in such a way. I've been asking questions about this from the beginning because it seems to be broken.
I just logged into the game. It said shipwrecks will spawn every 20 minutes. So
Oh, maybe they listened after they told me that I was asking too much. Yeah. In the after show, I'll show you guys some comments that you'll find quite amusing. But yeah. But yeah, I'm glad to see it's gone from now it's a smoke break. Now it's it's opposed to before it was way too much time. Waiting 15 minutes to see new targets. So we've been joined by Admiral Hawk, Benjamin,
Hello.
Jordy.
Hello there.
How are you gentlemen doing?
Not bad.
Wonderful. And you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Still trying to figure this out, And, I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves. I need to go get another beer. It's been an hour since the show started, so I'll be back in a minute.
My sector's having random all targets disappearing outages.
Imagine that.
Like they all go away. They're just disappeared. That shows no targets on the map. There's none to be had.
Yeah, they're poofing every 20 minutes.
Problem I'm having is engaging the targets.
Yes.
Some people are having that problem too. Seems to be random.
I mean,
Well, what it is if you can't engage, you're supposed to refresh, and then you'll be able to engage. Nice feature on a game that they just introduced sniping again.
yeah, and have to refresh every target. Screw them. And I know it's not my computer because I just cleaned it out. Got rid of all the porn.
That's okay. You can download some more.
No, the wife took my access away from it. Parental controls.
Right.
I just I'm hitting a target and it's working fine for me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, if you're doing the base parts of the event, it's so easy.
Yeah, it is easy, but it's like minuscule in points.
Yeah, but I got 4 breachers and 3 howlers all broken up going at once on auto.
Huh.
Map repair.
So,
Unfortunately, everybody's learning that trick now. It's getting harder and harder.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause now everybody's just hitting those.
No,
Yeah.
because if I see them in my area, I snipe their baser with my Corsair.
No.
You're not.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm defending my waters.
Oh, you're gonna make lots of friends doing that.
What's it matter? It's a battle game.
Yeah, but now you're a sniper.
Yeah.
One of the most hated members of our community.
Yeah. Oh, I only do it if they come near my stuff. It's not kick size, it's mine now.
So you're sitting on personal ones, though? Or are you just sniping anybody that's in your sector that you don't think should be there?
I'm hitting the base part of the shipwrecks,
Right.
and anyone that comes near them, I'm hitting them.
It's only a matter of time since somebody starts hitting your bases anyway that are doing the targets.
Yeah.
Certainly what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't want to give me a bubble. That just gives me more right to do it.
Well, why would when it's 1 coin to repair 1 Corsair versus the amount of coins you'd spend hitting a base, why would you bother hitting a base anyway?
Right.
You can go out and sink 5 howlers with 1 Corsair. I've done it already.
And they just added the
Yeah.
strike frigate to the Shipwreck store.
What?
What?
Yeah, it just came on announcements on Discord. Kickside Chris, surprise, we just added the strike frigate to the Shipwreck store. Enough of you bought the Corsair offer. Awesome job, by the way, that we want to make sure you still have a chase prize for the activity.
Oh my! All the people that just bought it are going, "You sons of guns!"
Anyone that bought it, I thank you.
It's 100,000 points.
What's on? Okay, I missed it.
They just added the strike frigate
Yeah,
in the
they,
store
Oh, yeah.
at
Okay.
100,000 points.
you know they added the shipwreck, the strike frigate to the shipwrecks were great. Will you open up the chest in the FM, please?
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm sorry. Continue on. I don't have anything to. I already talked for an hour. I already talked way too much. So you guys keep on going.
Yeah,
I
they
was
just
looking up.
announced it in comms too.
Okay.
I'm kind of at a loss for words, Hef. I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest.
Quite honestly,
Yeah.
they just set a really bad precedent. Who's going to buy anything if they're going to? The first 100 buyers buy it for everybody.
Well, the thing of it
well,
is,
it's sort of, like we were discussing earlier. It's, I read in Discord, surprised we just added the strike frigate to Shipwreck store. Enough of you bought it. The Corsair offer, in brackets, awesome job, by the way. We will make sure you still have a chase prize for the activity. But as we were describing before, they need to be a combo, right? As opposed to
The frigate and the other one have to be in the same fleet.
yeah. Otherwise, it looks like it's the frigate is the answer to the Corsair. So yeah.
Well, here's the one nice thing: if you have people in your alliance that can hold these shipwrecks, let them hold them, and then you just keep hitting everything and just keep getting the bounty from everything that they're doing. Because like almost every 5-6 minutes, I get a message. You've received 1,000 points from. Okay, thanks. I don't know who's holding it, but thanks.
Yeah, I thought it's way too alliance friendly, or whatever word you want to use. It's overpowered.
I mean, heaven forbid that we want to give somebody a gift, but now we can just sit there and have 2 or 3 of the high. You can have an alliance with like a bunch of high levels in it. They can hold all the shipwrecks, and they're going to basically triple their their points are just going to go through the roof.
So all of those of us that can't do that, we're not going to be able to handle the shipwreck event.
In the future, it's
we're toast.
Yeah, they need to move this down to like a golden nexus type of thing, where there's one, 3 per world or something, so it's not quite as,
And on top of that, it's also global. Like I'm not even in the same sector as most of my alliance, but the people that here are in this one, there's like 4 of us here in this sector, and we're reaping all the benefits from the other one.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they're limited because there's alliance and personal shipwrecks, and obviously the alliance ones are smart. The big coiners are going to be competing for those ones. And quite frankly, unless you've got three of the new ships, you're not going to hold them against anybody that has 3 of the new ships.
Yep.
And there's a new mechanic as well. I can't remember reading about, in that you can repair whilst in the target from the map.
What?
Yeah. I think you can repair from, like, after your initial hit. If you're just sitting there, once you come back out, your fleet would show on the right hand side, and you have the instant repair option.
Sorry.
Yeah. Tis what it is.
Sorry, I had to step away because I had to get ready to get these kids off to school, so I missed the end of it. But the rest of the show was good from what I saw, from when I was here.
These kids, are they're not yours?
Yeah, my kids, yeah. Yeah. gotta get
Okay,
them
you
ready.
said these kids. That was okay. All
Oh,
good.
did I say these kids? Sorry. My kids.
yeah. I was
It's been like 2 hours. Called it in 2
okay.
hours. Go, what? How do you get 2 hours?
Who
What
are
are
these
you doing?
kids? Who are these kids? All right. We'll
I was
see
thinking,
you
hang on a
later.
minute. Mine's like 3 days.
I like just thinking, Katie.
Well, now
Okay.
that they've made enough money off everybody that bought those LTOs, how about they focus more on the FM now?
What's wrong with the FM?
We can't get any of the chests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Well, I
they're.
couldn't even hit a target earlier. It wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's saying all my stuff's expired.
And basically anything above, like in the upper part, not the
Right.
tiers itself, all that stuff you can't claim yet. But now they did do one thing in tier 5. They put the upgrade kits down below, but they put the upgrade tokens up above.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah, that's how it was.
wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
But we lost the
Yeah.
new armor.
we lost what?
The new armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's only Greta's. I've only got Greta's in here. There's nothing else, is there?
I got.
Oh, no, there is
both.
Inferno upgrades, yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
both.
I haven't got any there's no kits. I've just got the tokens in the upper part. I've got Greta Inferno down the bottom, but mine's already maxed out. So unless they're going to do another U2 to it or something, there's no point in me getting them.
Well,
And for some reason, I only need to get one more corrosive sync drive, and I usually get 2 at a time. So I can't work out why I need one.
They're maxed at 10.
Yeah, I know, but I usually get 2 at a time. So why am I one short?
Oh, you
either.
have 9?
Yeah, and I always get 2 at a time.
But
my-
okay. He's saying you're maxed at 10 total. Do you own 9 or?
Yeah, I own 9.
Oh,
But I've got 10.
So any?
I've got 10 of the pen drive ones.
Okay.
I got them both together each time. I can't work out why I've only got. Oh, I don't know. Because I wondered why the pen drive was missing. And I went and had a look and I already had 10 of those. So I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know.
I just lost a breacher and a shipwreck target. An 81.
There is one good thing. I only need 5.3 million for the FM this time. And that's only because the sync drive, that's 2.5. That's half the amount I need.
So it's all good.
Yeah, it's good. But I still can't
Yeah.
work out why I'm one short. I don't know. I can't work out why I would have 10 of the others and only 9 of these. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe it's one of those baker's dozen type of things. You got
Oh.
involved with the corrosive,
I don't-
corrosive baker's dozen. So yeah,
I have no idea.
yeah.
Because each week I've got 2 at a time.
Are
Did we
we
get them from somewhere else?
still
Maybe.
live?
Yeah. That's what I was getting
Oh.
ready to ask. For
Oh, sorry. I thought we'd
no,
finished.
it's
My
okay.
bad, because I walked away. I thought we were off air. Sorry.
No. I said you guys can talk, but I'm just wondering, do we have anything that's left for the live show? Are we?
Yeah, sorry, because I walked away and it was after 8. I thought you had finished. I should have asked. I didn't.
It's okay. You didn't say anything that awful.
That awful.
Anybody in chat? Do they have it? Is there any before we go to the hangout?
Thank goodness the show's over. I put my pants back on.
Yeah, I know.
We apologize in advance for anything we might say.
Or do.
So, Lady Cat, you said you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I'm just asking anybody in chat if they had any questions before we went to.
Okay.
See, and this is one of the main reasons to have a just a picture and not a live stream.
Right.
Yeah.
Announcements. Known FM issues in combat. Forum link. We're aware of
Yeah.
following issues investigating. Tokens and chests are expired. Limited armors are missing from the FM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're missing. They haven't been removed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good thing to get out there.
Here's
Yeah,
the one I really believe. Target difficulty has unintentionally been adjusted in the FM.
Yeah. Unintentional.
I don't know. Somebody spilled a drink on a server and changed all sorts of stuff. So it's these things will happen, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
While
I
he's
said-
cleaning up, he flicked the switch.
yeah.
Well, like I said yesterday with the update, I was like, great, another update. It's not a matter of what did they get right. It's a matter of what did they screw up this time.
Well, every time. Well, now they've added this new thing. Everything's broken. Everything else is broken.
Every time they add something new, it breaks.
I know.
Yeah. I every time they add something new, it's sort of like I said that was it last Wednesday show or the other one where it was like they haven't inspired confidence when when they bring something new out. Previously, years ago, like okay, they're gonna get this right, and now it's it's always like a hold my beer moment whenever they do a refactor or some brand new part of the game. You just know it's like somebody's probably going to end up in the emergency room.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are probably hoping that when they have something new come out that something breaks or it doesn't work the way it is. Because then that's usually when Kix gives them free points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. But do we have anything left for the live show, or I will shut it down and okay. Well, I put the link on the right-hand side in case anybody else would like to join. And we'll see you on Friday. We'll have the CM Diary. We'll have more information on what's going on in Shipwrecks. And I hope you all have the best of luck. And if you'd like to join the after show, the link is on the right-hand side. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good
Good night, everybody.
Good night.